Ron Siegel's Home and Finance Radio Show, only on Financial News and Talk. Now live in studio, your host, local and national real estate expert and consumer advocate, Ron Siegel.
And hello again. Welcome to Ron Siegel Radio. This is the show with no real boundaries as we discuss current events, financial markets, politics, sports, even poking fun at the rest of the media. This is the show that connects the dots of confusion delivered by conflicting media reports. We connect the dots so you know the actions you can take, how your family or business can benefit from current events. Most of all, thank you for joining me. Within every market, there are solutions as well as tremendous opportunities. You just need some trusted guidance. That's my message, and I will be delivering it every day on Ron Siegel Radio or anytime at 800-306-1990, 800-306-1990, or RonSiegelRadio.com. Just remember, that's the number you call anytime for assistance. When you call that number, it comes directly to me first. There are no operators standing by. I am it.
Quiet, numbskulls, I'm broadcasting.
While I do have a great team when it comes to developing a financing plan or plan to save you money, I personally work with you. Even if you don't have any needs today, save this number in your phone for future reference, 800-306-1990, 800-306-1990. And yes, of course, we are celebrating today. What are we celebrating? We always have to have something wonderful to celebrate. And today is no different than all other days that we are celebrating. Today, what did I see? I saw our celebration of the day just, I don't know about this one, National Chop Suey Day. National Chop Suey Day. Does that sound exciting to anybody? Not really. So we'll just continue on. Toasted marshmallows tomorrow. And National Trail Mix on the 31st. There's another one on the 31st. We have to wait and check in with us then to catch a clue on that one. Dow Jones Industrial Average up a little bit. It was down 130 points earlier in the day. Down up 7.48 right now. Oil down 61 cents per barrel. Very odd that that's down a little bit per barrel when we see what's going on in Houston. The U.S. 10-year Treasury down at 2.128 is the yield. Now might be another good time for you to think about it if you haven't already done so. Refinancing your home loan might be a good opportunity for you. So that's just another one of the programs that are out there right now, looking at the mortgage, the mortgage market and what's going on there as well. So we're checking the markets for you. We will continue and see what's going on there. I know that we're having a little bit of technical problems. We're trying to go to our backup site for our internet connection, so I'll try and get that switch over done here in just a second. Little technical problems. We're probably using too much bandwidth now that we've switched over to this other system here, so we're going to see if that'll work a little bit cleaner for you. Checking it out. Are we showing up? We'll see if we're showing up live there right now. Hopefully we've got a little better bandwidth for you, and we'll be able to show our broadcast a little bit cleaner here in just a couple seconds. Checking on the news, what's going on in the news for you today. We will look at it. Give me 1 second here to pull that one up. Harvey victims, uninsured, facing some large bills. There will be some large bills coming there for Hurricane Harvey. That's a shame. It's a shame to see that going on to anybody. Flood zone there. Most people did not expect that they were going to be in a flood zone, and they did not have flood insurance. Of course, how would you be insured for an event like this that's a once in a lifetime, maybe once in many, many lifetime event? So we'll check on that. We'll keep on following that to see what's happening there with our friends out there. We got a lot to cover when we're talking about Hurricane Harvey, but most victims not covered with hurricane insurance. So we're going to continue watching that one. NFL, the Texans and the Patriots have each pledged $1 million. So we're seeing them coming out in big big waves to support our fellow Americans. Robin, hopefully that picture came through. Oh, good. I'm glad to see it came through now, so we're good. I'm not sure anybody wants to ever see my face. I've got a face for radio, so I do share that on a regular basis that, I didn't get into this because of the looks. Obviously, that was not the primary focus of why I got into doing this radio broadcast every morning. Now we're on Facebook Live. We're on the Zoom network as well, so you can check us out on the Zoom network. So back to our news stories, watching what's going on. Obviously, it's going to be a big sacrifice. The folks in the Houston area, in Texas, throughout the region, no insurance. That's going to be painful out there. No insurance because they didn't go and get themselves covered. Why would they expect it when they've had all those levies? They have the infrastructure to cover a catastrophe. It's just nobody had any clue about the scope of the catastrophe. Why would they? Largest rainfall, 48 inches now is the latest I've heard. 48 inches. President Trump, First Lady Melania Trump, headed to Texas today. I did share on our social media channels. How long will it be? How long will it be before we see... and we always know that we always know to expect this, but how long is it going to be until the How long will it be? How long? The Antifa groups. How long is it going to be for those Antifas and the Democrats, most of the Democrats in general, I mean, they're almost one and the same. The Democrats, they're quick to condemn anybody else that says anything against their perspective. But Antifa out there with weapons and breaking up a very peaceful free speech prayer rally by conservatives in Berkeley, they show up with weapons. Now, what did they expect they were going to be doing with the weapons, with scarves, with bandanas, covering their faces? They knew that they were going there to cause trouble. Yeah, but we haven't heard a word from Nancy Pelosi. That's in her neck of the woods. We haven't heard a word from Chuck Schumer. That's, his party out there. We haven't heard a word from Bernie Sanders. None of them. Nope. None of these so-called Democrat leaders. It's because it's staged. All of this is planned. I shared this on our social media channels. If you want to read a great book, The Smear by Cheryl Atkinson. She talks about this exact thing. It's all planned. It's the David Brock, George Soros-funded Media Matters, Color of Change. The Democrats are all in on it. That's why they won't condemn what's going on at some of these organizations. I just said that, something we're going to see real quick, the issue, because the President and First Lady going to see firsthand the catastrophes. How, I look at it and say, well, something, I understand the security issues. But there's a lot of people doing a lot of good out there in the region, trying to help their fellow citizens. And the president's going down there to see firsthand what's going on, what is needed. That's the most important part. What services are needed for our country, for the welfare of our citizens. And he's already told everybody that the full support of the federal government is behind them. And I think that we'll see, ironically enough, we see a lot of politicians and they talk a lot. But here we're looking at the issue that I think that we're going to see a politician who's got some business acumen. He understands how to mobilize people in the event. Now, maybe not to this scope. Obviously, no one knows how to deal with something to this scope. But he understands what building is like, what they're going to need out there. Probably better than most who they don't have the experience. Right? I mean, if you have a problem on a job site, if you're in construction, you start understanding what's needed and how to mobilize. I wonder, I don't know, maybe it is because I am a Trump supporter, but the idea here is, there might be some folks out there who can benefit from watching what the president does instead of chastising. I mean, the guy can't even go to the bathroom without some of the Democrats. You can see them on my page. The man could not go to the bathroom. And the Democrats and the Antifa group would chastise how many squares he used. I swear that you watch that, it's amazing. The teamwork, on a different note, Ford is teaming up with Domino's on a self-driving pizza delivery test. Look at that one. Maybe, I don't think they're going to be delivering into the Houston area anytime soon, I jest. But Ford getting together with Domino's Pizza in September begin testing Michigan consumers' reactions to having their pies delivered by self-driving vehicles. It will not be the first experiment with advanced pizza delivery technology for Domino's. Who's going to bring it up to the door? Who's going to get the pizza out of the car? Be very fascinating to see how all this takes place, but that is the latest from Domino's coming out with more innovation. And speaking of innovation, Amazon, they took over Whole Foods. Might not be able to call it Whole Paycheck anymore. You might be able to go to Amazon and buy some of the same commodities or same items that you got at Whole Foods in the past, where you had to just endorse your paycheck over to them. I understand, out of the last report I saw, at least a 10% discount or reduction of price on everything for the Amazon Prime users. I also heard one report, I have not seen it substantiated all over, that you can go online, place an order, and have it delivered again with Prime in 2 hours for an $8 fee. How many people are going to be using that? Let me know, Ron at ronsiegelradio.com, or on the Facebook page, Ron Siegel Radio on Facebook. Let me know if you're going to use that Amazon Prime to have your food delivered. $8, 2 hours. Think about that. I wonder what your times were. That's minimum wage. Maybe if you're making minimum wage, you can even afford that one. You are listening to Ron Siegel Radio, discussing your real estate, current events, and the financial markets. When we come back, boy, we got a lot to talk about. Where are home prices headed in the next 5 years? How to pay off your credit card on a minimum wage, and a morbid discussion. What is funeral insurance? What is funeral insurance? All that and more. You can reach us anytime. Our off-air number, 800-306-1990, 800-306-1990, or ronsiegelradio.com. Connect with us, facebook.com/Ron Siegel Radio, on Twitter, at Ron Siegel. And if you miss any part of our broadcast, Ron Siegel 1, Ron Siegel, the numeral 1 on YouTube. Stay tuned. We'll be back in just a few.
Are you earning a safe, secure 10+% return on your investments? Is your credit score over 800? Are you living in the home of your dreams, or simply where you think you can afford? If the answer to any of these questions is no, what are you doing about it? Text ATP to 79564. Complete a 3-minute complimentary survey, and the area trusted professionals of Ron Siegel Radio will reach out to you to develop a success strategy for you. Again, all you need to do is text ATP to 79564.
Did you know that banks and credit bureaus are rewarded financially if you have bad credit? And the worse your credit score is, the more money they can make off of you? How does that make you feel, knowing that banks are getting rich off of your hard-earned money? How does it make you feel, knowing that if a bank or a credit bureau makes a mistake on your credit report, they benefit from it and it hurts you? The Fair Credit Report Act of 1971 requires banks and credit bureaus to report only accurate information, and nearly 100% of all credit reports are inaccurate. If you're sick and tired of being broke and tired of being robbed by the banks, you owe it to yourself and to your family to call Rondi. Rondi is a FICO-certified credit professional and has helped thousands of people just like you get out of debt and establish great credit. Rondi's number is 855-608-1990. Again, that's 855-608-1990. Or visit creditsanitizer.com. Again, that website is creditsanitizer.com.
Are you a veteran, own a home, and need money? The Siegel Lending Team is here to help veterans refinance and get the money they need. The VA 100 lets you borrow up to 100% of your home's value, refinance your mortgages, consolidate credit cards, and lower your payments by an average of $700 a month. And the Siegel Lending Team knows that character means more than a credit score. Call 800-306-1990. That's 800-306-1990. Rate subject to change without notice. Licensed by the California Department of Corporations, NMLS 21037, and DRE number 018694552.
Are you a veteran, police officer, firefighter, doctor, nurse, or teacher? If so, you qualify as one of Ron Siegel's VIP heroes, and we have rewards up to $5,000 or $10,000 when you buy, sell, or refinance a home with one of the Ron Siegel radio partners. As one of the heroes, real estate agents will rebate part of their commission. Lending partners will give a credit at closing. The title company has special published rates, and many other service providers have incentives too. All you need to do is call Ron Siegel Radio at 1-800-306-1990. That's 1-800-306-1990. Or visit VIPHeroProgram.com. Just think about what you will do with all the rebates and incentives from the partners of Ron Siegel Radio. Just call us at 800-306-1990 so we can show you our appreciation for your service.
Are you living in the home of your dreams or simply where you think you can afford? Are you earning a safe, secure 10+% return on your investments? Is your credit score over 800? If the answer to any of these questions is no, what are you doing about it? Text ATP to 79564. Complete a 3-minute complimentary survey, and the area trusted professionals of Ron Siegel Radio will reach out to you to develop a success strategy for you. Again, all you need to do is text ATP to 79564.
Isn't it time you found out the truth about FHA-insured home equity conversion? No, it's not your grandfather's reverse mortgage. This just may be the finest financial planning strategy available for all homeowners of retirement age. Helping protect what you've earned is the job of your board of directors with continued education. Major research has shown that using a HECM will significantly enhance the success rate of a retiree's portfolio and legacy. Please allow us to educate. For your complimentary consultation, call Jay Kaplan at 949-300-3855. That's 949-300-3855.
Are you currently renting a home? Do you like paying someone else's mortgage payment? Why not explore the options to purchase your own home? Can you imagine a 30-year fixed-rate loan below 4.25% APR? This means with $10,500, you can purchase a $295,000 home and have a principal and interest payment of about $1,400 per month. What are you paying in rent? Does your family deserve the opportunity to take advantage of the current market? To learn more about these exciting opportunities, the Siegel Lending Team is standing by to speak with you. Call now, 1-800-306-1990. That's 1-800-306-1990. Or visit SiegelLendingTeam.com. That's SIEGEL LendingTeam.com. Or 1-800-306-1990. Rate subject to change without notice. Licensed by NMLS ID 217037 and 145502. Equal housing lender. Not endorsed or sponsored by any government agency.
Do you have a goal of mortgage-free home ownership? What if your home was valued at $500,000? Are you aware that a free and clear home could be costing you $2,500 every month, $30,000 per year? The mortgage planners at the Siegel Lending Team would like to show you how you can own your home, generate tax-free income, and accumulate family wealth. You simply need to call the Ron Siegel Team at 1-800-306-1990. That is 1-800-306-1990. By sending the team a copy of your most recent mortgage statement, the team will send you a no-obligation real estate plan. You be the judge if this is right for your family. Again, all you have to do is send the team a copy of your mortgage statement by email to reap@ronsiegelradio.com or call today. Ron Siegel, 1-800-306-1990. That is 1-800-306-1990.
Rate subject to change and without notice. Licensed by the California DOC and BRENMLS 217037 and 145502 and Cal BRE 0186945 and 1866775.
You're listening to Ron Siegel's Home and Finance Show with local and national expert Ron Siegel. Now, here's Ron.
Welcome back to Ron Siegel Radio. Within every market, there are solutions as well as tremendous opportunities. You just need some trusted guidance. That's my message, and as your consumer advocate, I will be delivering it every day on Ron Siegel Radio or anytime at 800-306-1990, 800-306-1990. The real-time real estate segment today being brought to you by the area trusted real estate professionals of Ron Siegel Radio. Text NEST, N-E-S-T, to 79564, NEST, N-E-X-T, to 79564. Find your dream home before someone else does. No advertising on the site. All you do is put in the parameters of what you're looking for. They find that for you. Every time there is a new listing, they'll let you know about the new listing. And if you tell them that Ron said, just tell me you heard it on Ron Siegel Radio, put your address in there, and they'll let you know. They'll send you a text message every time a home sells in your neighborhood. The question for today, where are home prices heading in the next 5 years? Up is the answer. Pretty simple, right? Can we move right along then? Nah, I got to give you all the details on it, of course. Many real estate conversations center on housing prices and where they may be headed. That is why we like the Home Price Expectation Survey. Every quarter, Pulseonomics surveys a nationwide panel of over 100 economists, real estate experts, and investment and market strategists about where they believe prices are headed over the next 5 years. They then average the projections of all 100 plus experts into a single number. The results are in. Home values will appreciate by 5% over the course of 2017. These are national numbers. 5% over 2017, 4% in 2018, 3.2% 2019, 3% in 2020, and 3% in 2021. That means the average annual appreciation will be 3.64% over the next 5 years. The prediction for cumulative appreciation increased from 17.8% to 18.4% by 2021. The experts making up the most bearish quartile of the survey are projecting a cumulative appreciation of 6.7%. So even the bears are on board. The bulls are saying 28.8%, the people that are really optimistic. Individual opinions make the headlines. We all know that part of it. The important thing that we always want to look at is, let's look at averages, because the more that we look at averages, the better off we're going to be, because we're just going to get closer to precision. It's a simple concept that we like to look at when we're talking about these things. If we were to put a jar of jelly beans on the counter, and I had not got at them and I didn't have a chance to eat them, and you said, how many jelly beans are in there? And I gave you a number, whatever that number might be. Yeah, I'm gonna probably be pretty far off from the accuracy. But now if we put 100 people, or 200 people, or 2,000 people, and said the same thing, how many are in there? When we average them, we're going to come closer to a precise number. That's why we use this home expectation survey. These folks are out there all dealing in their models, the models that they use, that they sell. Somebody's buying this information from these folks. So they're putting this information out there, and they average them all together. That's where you come up with some real close numbers, close on the statistics. That's why we like to use the home price expectation survey every year, to get that kind of data and share it with you. Now we look at that, and I've shared this with you. Orange County, California, over the last 42 years has an average of 5.1% appreciation. If we look into the Riverside, San Bernardino, Ontario, California metropolitan statistical area, they have, over the last 42 years, a 3.95% appreciation, average appreciation. That takes into account all of the years where we had boom years. It takes all of the years where we had down years. 3.95% over all that time period. The projection in looking again at this area, and I'll tell you why I'm going to do that, because our featured home is in this area. Next year, 6.88% is the forecast. 5-year forecast, 23.78 cumulative appreciation for the Riverside, San Bernardino, and Ontario metropolitan area. Why did I pick that area to talk about this morning? Well, it has to do with our featured home in the area, 940 Nicholas Place. $712,000 home, 4-bedroom, 3-bathroom, 3,274 square feet on a 7,400 square foot lot. You want more information on it? Again, Brent Humphreys shared this one with us. Lots of conveniences, and we share this on the report all the time. I'll post this onto the Facebook page as well. half a mile to coffee, 1.5 miles to the gym, half a mile to a gas station, 1.7 miles for medical, 4.8 miles for the cleaners. Need that ATM? It's 1.1 miles, 1.8 miles to the grocery store, and about 8 miles to the local movie theater. Again, as we've shared with you, with your Amazon Prime, and I like that, Robin. You're going to try it. I'm going to give it a try also. I didn't think about the idea of picking out produce and not getting the greatest of produce. But if it's Whole Foods, how bad is their produce? I mean, you look at their store, and most of it's pretty good. I don't know. I've never really done it, never looked at it, so I'll give it a shot as well. It's 4 stars is the neighborhood eats in the area of our friend from Brent Humphreys, 940 Nicholas Place in Corona. I'm assuming, which I should not, they'll probably have it open, but I know Brent will have available information. You could text list 408-686, list 408-686 to 800-701-6509, or just call me Ron at ronsiegelradio.com. I'll get you the information on this specific property. You're going to love some of the ideas, and it kind of gives you an idea when you start looking at some of the properties. I put that walking distance in there because that's what millennials are looking for nowadays. I saw a report, 40% of millennials want to live within walking distance of their parents. Is that the idea in the game of real estate? That is what we call a full house. 40% of millennials in America say that living within walking distance of their parents or in-laws is either extremely or very important to them, according to new research from the Pulte Group, Pulte Group Home Index. Well, at least it's better. 40% is within walking distance. That might be better than those that are living with their parents, although I have my 3 boys with me, love having my boys with me. I know the time is coming for them to go and do things on their own, but you know, you take it, especially when we see folks that are out there right now. See a lot of my friends sending their kids off to college, and a lot of tissues going out right now. So I figured I would share a few essential tips for parents with college-bound kids. Financial matters surrounding college can get confusing, and issues oftentimes become catastrophic simply because they weren't caught sooner. To help you avoid these missteps, we got this report off of Yahoo Finance. Number 1, create a power of attorney. This may sound unnecessary, but it will certainly come in handy if your child falls ill and nobody wants it and nobody plans for it. While many of us still consider our college freshmen to be kids, most are 18 years old, which legally makes them adults. Because of HIPAA laws passed in 1996, medical records and health information are closely guarded. This means that healthcare providers may not inform you if your child is struggling with physical or mental illness. First step is to talk to your child about his or her newfound rights as an adult. But many young people don't understand that they now have ownership over their health and education records. If your child wants your guidance when it comes to their health decisions, having a durable power of attorney assures that you will receive updates from doctors if your kid is sick or injured. It's very frustrating as a parent to not know what's happening with your child. But it's an easy thing to prevent. A durable power of attorney goes into effect immediately and can be obtained in a couple of ways. Family, lawyer, there's legal forms. You can download them on the internet. Big time. That's a big issue. I know I had some fun when my eldest was in college, and I'd call and want information about his schedule or something about his account or bill. They never had a problem sending me an invoice. But for some reason, when it came to getting any information, he's an adult, you've got to have his permission. Unbelievable. Get access to the tuition account information. After enrolling in college, each student is given access to a site that lets them view tuition payments, loan disbursements, and scholarship awards. This is convenient, but let's be honest, a lot of college students aren't the best when it comes to managing money. Even though all their information is in one place, there is still a chance they won't pay their bills on time, and late fees will start rolling in. If you're helping your child pay for college or just want to help your kid stay on track, it's crucial that you get access to his or her tuition information. This allows you to review the bill, ensure that scholarships have been credited properly, and that financial aid has been applied. And the next one is discuss credit card College students are inundated with credit card offers on college campuses. Some of the sign-up offers are enticing. They get a free blanket. They might get maybe a drink or two. If your kid hasn't been properly educated, he or she could land themselves in debt before we get to the holidays and New Year. It's not a question if your child will sign up for a credit card, it's when. Instead of waiting until it's too late, have a conversation with your child and explain how interest rates work. Point out annual fees. Discuss the penalties that can incur if he or she makes a late payment. After your child knows the rules, try picking out a card together. The important thing here is to make sure the account is under your teen's name. They might want to make you an authorized user just so you can keep track of the card, or maybe have the bill come home, or if they do it online, get access to that online account. That might be some good information as well. Just a few tips for you when you're sending your kids off to college and you are listening to Ron Siegel Radio discussing your real estate, current events, and the financial markets. When we come back, we're going to have how to pay off your credit card on a minimum wage. That's a fascinating topic. And the morbid one, funeral insurance, what you need to know about covering those final expenses. Is it available to you? You can reach us anytime. Our off-air number, 800-306-1990, 800-306-1990, or ronsiegelradio.com. Connect with us, facebook.com/Ron Siegel Radio, on Twitter, @Ron Siegel. And if you want any more of our information or to reach me anytime, 800-306-1990. Stay tuned. We'll be back in just a few.
Siegel Lending Team offers you buying power. Let's say you can afford a monthly mortgage payment, including principal and interest, of around $1,900. With today's rate on a 30-year fixed mortgage of 3.75%, APR 3.85%, that payment could support a $416,000 mortgage. But if you wait and rates tick up to around 6.5%, which is roughly the average home mortgage rate over the past 30 years, that same $1,900 mortgage payment, including principal and interest, may only be able to support a $314,000 mortgage. That's over $100,000 worth of home you're missing out on by waiting. That's buying power. All you need to do to get started is reach out to the Siegel Lending Team at 800-306-1990. That's 800-306-1990. Or visit SiegelLendingTeam.com. That's SIEGEL LendingTeam.com. Payment example excludes taxes and insurance. Call us for full details, 800-306-1990. That's 800-306-1990 or SiegelLendingTeam.com. Equal housing lender, licensed under NMLS number 217037.
Are you purchasing or own a luxury home? If you're like so many others, your home is your largest asset and the mortgage is your largest debt. The Siegel Lending Team has some amazing financing opportunities right now. Jumbo loans up to $2 million, 30-year rates below 4%, 15-year rates near 3.5%, and if you can believe it, 7-year interest-only hybrids in low 3s. The Siegel Lending Team has all the options for your jumbo or second home loan requirements. Take advantage of them while you can. To learn more about all the other financing products available from the Siegel Lending Team, call 1-800-306-1990. That's 1-800-306-1990. Or visit SiegelLendingTeam.com. That's SIEGEL LendingTeam.com. Again, call 1-800-306-1990. Rates subject to change without notice. Licensed by NMLS ID 217037 and 145502. Equal housing lender.
Homeowners that are 62 and older are about to find out a great way to live a better retirement. It's called a reverse mortgage, and SLT can help you learn more. Call the Siegel Lending Team at 800-306-1990 right now to receive your free booklet with no obligation. It answers questions like how a reverse mortgage works, how much you qualify for, the ways to receive your money, and more. When you call the experts at Siegel Lending Team today, you'll learn the benefits of a government-insured reverse mortgage, how it will eliminate your monthly mortgage payments, and give you tax-free cash from the equity in your home. Here's the best part. You still own your home. Now is the best time to take control of your retirement. Call 800-306-1990. That's 800-306-1990 to get your free brochure. Call today or visit our website at SiegelLendingTeam.com. That's SIEGEL LendingTeam.com, or simply call 800-306-1990.
You're listening to Ron Siegel's Home and Finance Show with local and national expert Ron Siegel. Now, here's Ron.
Welcome back to Ron Siegel Radio. Within every market, there are solutions as well as tremendous opportunities. You just need some trusted guidance. That's my message, and as your consumer advocate, I will be delivering it every day on Ron Siegel Radio or anytime at 800-306-1990, 800-306-1990. The Your Credit Matters segment today being brought to you by Gold Star Mortgage. When you're ready for that next home, Gold Star has the programs and the products that you've been waiting for. You just need to give a call or call me at 800-306-1990. I'll put you in touch with the right people at Gold Star. And you can also get that Fast Pass loan approval, not pre-approval. It's a Fast Pass loan approval from our friends over at Gold Star Mortgage. They're the only ones with it. Allows your professionals your real estate professionals to make an offer same as cash, no loan contingencies. How to pay off your credit card on minimum wage. Paying off your credit card balance each month might seem like it's impossible if you're living on minimum wage. Bureau of Labor Statistics says minimum wage is $7.25 an hour. That's probably the federal number, $15,080 a year here in Taxifornia. It's a little bit higher than that, depending upon where you are, anywhere from $10 to $15. Add on a few too many extra card swipes for the broken dishwasher, forgotten birthday, trip to your favorite restaurant, and yes, it may be costing you a little bit still. While it might look tough, paying off your credit card consistently and with minimal stress is possible. It just requires some foresight, organization, and a few tricks. Looking at some of the numbers, number one, do you want to be taking and making that payment, or you making that interest payment before or after you're doing a 401k? That's a big issue. I would suggest get your credit card bills paid off. I like the idea of putting some money into the 401k, but think about that concept of how much money it's taking. If you have $5,000 in credit card debt and you're paying, say, a minimum fee on there of $100, 18% interest, you're looking at 8 years to pay it off, and you're looking at $5,000 in debt and $4,324 in interest. Now, what if you go to $295, call it $300, 18% interest. It's paid off in 20 months. Again, same $5,000 in debt, and you've got $815 in interest. Significant savings. Think about that concept. Now, how do you do it when you're making minimum wage? Well, you have to start with a budget. It's easier than you think. You know how much you're earning and what you're spending your money on. Be careful right there. Discover how to find hidden cash so you can apply the money to your card balance. Where's the hidden cash? It's at Starbucks. They just left that at Starbucks. That's the issue. Earn extra money by taking advantage of what you already have or can do. Take advantage of your credit card offers to lower the interest you are paying so you can pay off your card more quickly. Once you get on a card, once they see that you're spending money on a credit card, I promise you one of the things that's going to happen is you're going to start getting a lot of balance transfer credit card offers. Think about those. Take a look at those, because some of them are okay to look at. Some of them you may want to take advantage of. You might say, okay, if I've got 0% interest for 18 months or 0% interest for 12 months, and you take that same $100 payment, well, now you've got a $3,800 debt, and during that time period, you may get another card offer. Delay it as long as you can, and then transfer that to another card. But don't spend money on the first one and don't close it. That's the big issue. Do not close that first card. That's where the problems come in, is when you close that first card because you opened up a second card and then you end up having balances, the same $5,000, because you're going out and spending money on 2 cards instead of 1. That's where your problem comes in. So be very, very careful of that issue. Now, I did see this. That's the Your Credit Matters segment, again, brought to you by Gold Star Mortgage. I better get these things right, otherwise they're not going to pay us to be on air. Gold Star Mortgage, the only place you can get that fast pass loan approval. Saw this article. I started to share it with you, and we got sidetracked with some great guests that were in studio. Good credit score, better than a hot body was the survey, and while many think the key to scoring an online date is a good photo, a new study finds that singles are looking for someone who has their finances in check. New data released by Discover and Match Media Group includes online sites Tinder, Match.com, and OkCupid found that 58% of online daters say that having a good credit score is more attractive than a nice car. A good credit score is more attractive than a nice car. I wonder, I've never used one of those sites, but I got to really wonder if you're going on Tinder, and again, I don't know the sites, Tinder, Match.com, OkCupid, never even heard of that one. Do you put your FICO score in there? Is that something that they're asking for? Do they want to know that? Somebody might want that, but...
I want the truth! You can't handle the truth!
It might be. So, do they avoid the topic? But 1 out of 5 relationships end because of financial stress. So perhaps by the 10th date, one could hold up their phone showing their credit score and say to a potential partner, "This is mine, what is yours?" You got to love that. I had that report. I've been meaning to share that with you, and we just haven't got around to it. We had a little time today, so I figured that might be a little bit of the fun to share on a day like this when we've been talking so much about what's going on in Houston. We've been watching the news even while we're on the broadcast here, watching the news about that, seeing what's going on. Interest rates are still doing well. I just got an update on that for you, so I wanted to share that as well. I know that we were talking about tax reform. Could boost wage growth, says a former Obama economic advisor. Former Council of Economic Advisors Chairman Jason Furman said Friday that the Federal Reserve alone can't solve the problem of slow wage growth. The Fed can't fully solve the problem. It means that we need to solve the problem with business tax reform, with expanded trade, with more investments in infrastructure and scientific research. Need to do things that will get productivity moving faster, not think that just moving around interest rates is going to solve the problem that workers are facing in our economy. Now, it is, again, I shared with you that we got a morbid story coming up, but think about this concept. One of the things that is going to be a negative byproduct or a positive byproduct of the hurricane is look at what's going to go on in economics. There's going to be a huge amount of rebuilding that's going to take place in Houston. Cars destroyed, homes destroyed, the economic impact. Obviously, the insurance companies, those that are covered, are going to be paying a boatload of money. But there's a lot of folks that are not covered right now, and they're going to get government money. They'll get low-interest loans from the feds. It's going to be fascinating to see what happens. You are listening to Ron Siegel Radio, discussing your real estate, current events, and the financial markets. That morbid story, when we come back, funeral insurance, we're going to talk about it. We've got to talk about everything on Ron Siegel Radio, so you're not left in the cold. We want you to understand it. We talked about the kids going to college, and now we'll talk about what about the other side of the sandwich generation. You can reach us anytime. Off-air number 800-306-1990, 800-306-1990, or RonSiegelRadio.com. Connect with us, Facebook.com/Ron Siegel Radio, on Twitter @Ron Siegel. And if you miss any part of our broadcast, Ron Siegel 1, Ron Siegel, the numeral 1 on YouTube. Stay tuned. We'll be back in just a few.
Are you living in the home of your dreams or simply where you think you can afford? Are you earning a safe, secure 10+% return on your investments? Is your credit score over 800? If the answer to any of these questions is no, what are you doing about it? Text ATP to 79564. Complete a 3-minute complimentary survey, and the area trusted professionals of Ron Siegel Radio will reach out to you to develop a success strategy for you. Again, all you need to do is text ATP to 79564.
Most businesses struggle to get the online reviews they need to get a competitive edge over their competition. Rex is a brand new technology that uses text messages to direct happy clients to your online review sites, Zillow, Google, Facebook, and Yelp, and unhappy clients to a private survey, so businesses can win more customers. Try Rex today by going to www.meetrex.com.
Are you currently renting a home? Do you like paying someone else's mortgage payment? Why not explore the options to purchase your own home? Can you imagine a 30-year fixed-rate loan below 4.25% APR? This means with $10,500, you can purchase a $295,000 home and have a principal and interest payment of about $1,400 per month. What are you paying in rent? Does your family deserve the opportunity to take advantage of the current market? To learn more about these exciting opportunities, the Siegel Lending Team is standing by to speak with you. Call now, 1-800-306-1990. That's 1-800-306-1990. Or visit SiegelLendingTeam.com. That's SIEGEL LendingTeam.com. Or 1-800-306-1990. Rate subject to change without notice. Licensed by NMLS ID 217037 and 145502. Equal housing lender. Not endorsed or sponsored by any government agency.
Do you have a goal of mortgage-free home ownership? What if your home was valued at $500,000? Are you aware that a free and clear home could be costing you $2,500 every month, $30,000 per year? The mortgage planners at the Siegel Lending Team would like to show you how you can own your home, generate tax-free income, and accumulate family wealth. You simply need to call the Ron Siegel Team at 1-800-306-1990. That is 1-800-306-1990. By sending the team a copy of your most recent mortgage statement, the team will send you a no-obligation real estate plan. You be the judge if this is right for your family. Again, all you have to do is send the team a copy of your mortgage statement by email to reap@ronsiegelradio.com or call today. Ron Siegel, 1-800-306-1990. That is 1-800-306-1990.
Rate subject to change and without notice. Licensed by the California DOC and BRENMLS 217037 and 145502 and Cal BRE 0186945 and 1-866-6775.
You're listening to Ron Siegel's Home and Finance Show with local and national expert Ron Siegel. Now, here's Ron.
Welcome back to Ron Siegel Radio. Within every market, there are solutions as well as tremendous opportunities. You just need some trusted guidance. That's my message, and as your consumer advocate, I will be delivering it every day on Ron Siegel Radio or anytime at 800-306-1990. 800-306-1990. In the Word on Wealth segment today, being brought to you by AskAboutReverseMortgages.com. Are you 62 years of age or older? Do you have some equity in your property? Well, if the answer to those is yes, then maybe you want to understand, maybe you want to learn about the reverse mortgage. There might be some benefits to you in the reverse mortgage world. It's not what most people have the reverse mortgage completely out of character, out of whack. They don't understand what it really is. So that's just the basis of the conversation. I want you to get the real information on it. That's why we always talk about it. That's why I like to share that. Tax savings, potentially, or tax management. There is definitely, you can manage your taxes better. You might be able to manage your income a little bit better. You might be able to increase your Social Security by using the reverse mortgage. Those are all things that if you don't understand it, you're going to really have trouble with it. I'm going to suggest to you that it is a wonderful tool, and you need to really, really understand the program completely because there is a lot to it. And then we talk about some of the morbid side of fun things we do, and I don't always want to sugarcoat everything for you, But there is a product on the market now. It is called funeral insurance. And we often think of life insurance as an option for income replacement in the event of your demise. A policy for your loved ones to be able to maintain their standard of living once you're gone. But what if you are nearing or in retirement and no longer have those concerns? The one big final expense in your future is the cost of your burial. Have you set aside the funds for your family to cover the actual costs? A new InsuranceQuotes.com report breaks down the basics of funeral insurance, offering crucial information and advice for consumers. The analyst at InsuranceQuotes.com discussed what you need to know if you are looking for insurance to cover your final expense, obviously your own death. So what is funeral insurance and what are the different options? Funeral insurance is also known as burial insurance, pre-funded burial, and final expense insurance. Three names, same product. Pays the cost of your final arrangements after death, such as burial or cremation. Type of life insurance that covers various funeral expenses so you don't leave that financial obligation to your family or friends. It helps make a difficult time a little easier. You name a beneficiary, such as a loved one or funeral home, who will receive your policy payout after your passing. Another option is to enter into a pre-need agreement with a funeral service provider, which allows you to pay a set amount over time in advance. Who makes a good candidate for a funeral policy and who doesn't? Funeral insurance is designed for anyone who doesn't have money set aside to pay their final expenses. Most people don't realize how expensive funeral arrangements can be. Are you ready for this? The average, and again, this is just averages, so we never know the exact number in your area. The average cost in 2017 is between $7,000 and $10,000, and that does not include the burial plot or the headstone. Cremation is less expensive, but still costs more than $6,000 on average. Ew. Just think about these things. Now, you might want to look into the insurance, talk to you. I can put you in touch with some of the insurance folks that we chat with, that we have a relationship with on Ron Siegel Radio. It's a morbid subject, but we can't always talk about just all of the sugar on Ron Siegel Radio. You are listening to us because we give it to you straight here. That's just our focus. That is the Word on Wealth segment, again brought to you by AskAboutReverseMortgages.com. So, should you own your home in retirement? That is our next question to deal with this morning. Seniors working at the highest rates in 55 years, according to a recent U.S. jobs report. A growing number of seniors are opting to rent during retirement rather than own, and here are some good reasons to go this route. Obviously, it is not because they want that 5.1% appreciation. Maybe they don't think that they can get their money and have access to it like they can with the reverse mortgage that we've talked about so many times. Like to use that one as well. I never even got to saying our hellos today. Robin, glad to see you with us. Always appreciate you sharing. Caprice, thank you. Jim, good to see you online with us as well this morning. So what is the idea here about renting during retirement? Well, obviously, you've got some fixed numbers if you're renting during retirement. One of the big numbers that is fixed is your housing expense. Now, with a reverse mortgage, your housing expense as well. That's a fixed number also. You don't have to worry about it. But if you're thinking about if you own your own home, you're renting the home. The idea there is you've got a fixed rent amount. Somebody else is paying the maintenance and upkeep. You've got a very minimal insurance, renter's insurance. But then you've got to realize that the expense is going to continue going up year after year. And when you think about it, many people are in retirement for 30 years now. 30 years in retirement. Think about what you're doing to your nest egg. You've worked all your life to save money. And now you're renting in retirement, so you're paying somebody else's mortgage. Just a thought for you right there. There's a lot to consider. You don't have to worry about property taxes if you're renting. Reverse mortgage, you pay the property taxes. If you have a forward mortgage or a paid-off home, you're paying the property taxes. Insurance, again, there's a big issue. Maintenance is the other issue that you think about on that one as well. So think about that concept, and that is just one of those extra thoughts. Now, there are some folks that are basically saying, maybe I should take the money out and refinance and put it into safe, secure investments as long as you can arbitrage. You've got a spread between the amount of your interest expense and the amount that you can earn. Now, we've shown you a lot of folks that have come through here that... sorry, Robin, I didn't realize that we lost part of our broadcast there. I'm going to check and see what's going on. But realize here that there are some very, very safe, secure investments that are 6, 8, 10%. And if you haven't looked into those, Al Manfrey's got some. Brett Barber was in here with some. Chris Bissonette will be in here with them. So they're going to have some good information as well to share with you. I'm going to share that there are some very, very safe investments out there. You just need to be giving us a call at 800-306-1990, and we'll see what we can find out for you. Yeah, I thought, let's see if we can get this one story. Well, I guess we don't have time to get that one story right in there because we have to ask you, like we do every day, please, please, please set that first radio preset button to come back here every day to join Ron Siegel Radio, where we only speak about items affecting your house and your bank account. Thanks to all of our sponsors. A big thanks to Steve, who's engineering us today. And, of course, a special thanks to you for spending a little bit of your day with us. That's all for Ron Siegel Radio. Again, if you have any questions or to meet any of our guests, call me anytime. 800-306-1990, 800-306-1990, or ronsiegelradio.com. And remember, make a lot of money, help a lot of people, have a lot of fun. Have a great day. We'll talk to you next time on Ron Siegel Radio.